Alright, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of Doom Days. I hope you're all doing well, and today we are going to ask a question I see a lot. We're going to ask, can Telecaster play Doom / Stoner? Here we go. Alright, so what did you think of my little song I threw together? Before we get into talking about the guitar, I'm just going to quickly go through, all the other gear in the signal chain that was used. Behind me, I don't know how much you can see it, is the Marshall DSL 40C, of course, set completely clean. Completely clean. Edge of breakup, which is how I like it. And then I had a boost pedal going in to the two different fuzzes I used for each guitar, but both guitars had the same boost with the same settings. It was the Laney TI boost, of course, and then if I'm remembering correctly, the left guitar had the Fuzzlord Effects Void Master, which is like a fuzz face on steroids kind of thing, and then during the little solo bit at the end, it had the Behringer Super Fuzz on Fuzz 1 for like an octave fuzz thing. And the right guitar had the Fuzz Lord Effects Drone Master, which is like a rat, a modified rat with the LM308 chip. Ooh. Both of them were being boosted by the Laney TI boost. And yeah, that was pretty much my signature change. Same guitar. So now that we've got everything else out of the way, they were mic'd up with a 57, if anyone cares. But now that we've got all the other shit out of the way, let's talk about the guitar. So this is the guitar. It is a 2017 Fender American Special Telecaster. And there's nothing fancy going on here. I mean, there is one little thing, but I wasn't going to do one of those videos where some people, especially metal, it's like, can a Telecaster play metal? And then it's like the fucking Jim Root signature. I'm not going to do that. Not about that life. I didn't want to play any tricks on you guys. I want to do it honest and do it fair. And this guitar is it. It's just standard Telecaster. Three-way switching, volume, tone, ashtray bridge. The only thing is that it has custom shop Texas Special pickups. All that means is that they're just nice pickups. There's no fancy switching or weird things. They're just really nice sounding pickups that have a bit more output on tap than a standard Telecaster pickup, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's the guitar I use for both. Tuned to C standard, of course. Every Doom and Stoner's favourite tuning. And yeah, that was just kind of sort of throw it together to see how it sounds. I mean, I've always thought that a Telecaster is really great in Doom because I used to play in a band and we'd play some stonery stuff, and I would use a Telecaster with a bunch of fuzz, and it would sound great. But I always see people asking, in forums and stuff, particularly in the Facebook group Pedalboards of Doom. If you're coming from there, hello, by the way. Asking if Telecasters can do fuzz, and a lot of people say no. Some people say yes. I feel like the people who say no are just the people who assume it can't, because it's it's got single coils. Single coils can't Doom. Single coils aren't enough. But actually, I looked it up. These single coils, the Texas Special, they're about the same output as Tony Iommi's P90s that he would have used in his original SG. About 8K, 8 or 9K. I think bridge is 8, neck is 7, so a little bit less, but it's got that same sort of vibe. Like, I think in today's world, you just don't need super duper hot pickups. But I'm getting off track. Let's go through some cons and some pros and some cons. First, I'm going to start with the pros of a Telecaster. Biggest one, extra scale length. Has a longer scale length than your Gibson guitars, such as Les Pauls or SGs, which are both popular choices in this genre. So that makes the lower tuning work out a bit better. I only have 10 to 52s on this because I don't play in a super low tuning all that often, especially with this guitar. But I also have 10 to 52s on my Les Paul, which stays in C standard a lot. And this already feels like it has more tension, and it just feels that bit better with that extra scale length. So that really helps, I think. Another pro that I like about Telecasters is that because they're not plain, but because they are such just kind of like a standard instrument, it's really easy to kind of implement your own style and your own vibe onto it, and they kind of can handle whatever you throw them through. Like, there's nothing more rock and roll than the bridge pickup of a Telecaster, and so it's easier to mold the Telecaster to fit to whatever style or sound you need, whereas some other guitars, particularly some of like the metal guitars, are really it's just for that sort of thing. But this can it's a bit of a chameleon, and it's a bit it's a bit of a blank canvas. It's like a really good canvas, but it's fairly blank, and then all the pedals and your amps and stuff, that's all the paint, as it were. Obviously, let's talk about some cons. It doesn't look very stoner, but I don't think that matters in this genre particularly much. But obviously the main con would be pickups. Now, I know the Texas Specials, I think, sound particularly great, but there would be some Telecasters, especially in the lower price range, where the pickups just wouldn't really work and be too weak or too twangy or too, I know that is an issue, but I think with the right sounds, with the right pedals and the right fuzz, it can sound really good. I mean, people have been using Telecasters in fuzz for a long time. You know, like, I mean, just look back at Led Zeppelin 1. That's a Telecaster and a tone bender, you know. So Telecasters have been being hit with fuzz for a long time, and it's been a good sound for a long time. You just need to get the right sound. You know, going back to the pros, another pro that I like is that because the Telecaster's pickups, they might be a bit twangy. If you do hit it with a bunch of fuzz, it handles that low end better. You know, it doesn't already have a heap of low end, so it can take more. And, you know, the advantage of having lower pickups, I think, in today's world, you just don't need them. You know, you don't need high output pickups. You can get away with low output pickups because so many pedals and amps and stuff all have so much gain on tap, especially fuzz pedals, like Big Muffs, for example, or either of the pedals I was using today have just got so much fucking gain. And a lot of these Doom and Stoner guys just seem to turn it up on full. And do you really want to have these super high output pickups being slamming into this super high distortion fuzz sound? It's just going to, you know, bottom out and just become just this mess. But if you've got lower output pickups, it can take on the shape of the distortion, but it doesn't overblow it. You know, you're not already distorting the crap out of the signal before you hit the fuzz on. And, you know, what I always say is it's easier to make a low output pickup sound higher than it is to make a high output pickup sound lower. So, you know, I can have this rip and distortion sound, fuzz sound, whatever, like I had before, turn all that pedals off, and then it's, you know, it's really quite clean. And so you can go a lot further. You can go a lot further and come back a lot further with low output pickups, in my opinion. And that's why one of the reasons I think Tellies are really, really good for, you know, Doom and Stoner, as it were. And that pretty much just about covers it. Hopefully you'll have seen some B-roll footage for some of the settings for the pedals I was using during the playing example. I have a demo for the Voidmaster, which I'll link down below, and a demo for the Drone Master, which will be coming out in the next episode of Doom Days. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to do more, I can do more. Can do one on a Strat and maybe a Gretsch or a Telecaster Custom even. I think that's what it's called. The one with the 2 humbuckers. Could do one on that as well. If this video does well, maybe I will. Anyway, cheers for watching. Please like and subscribe. All that bullshit. And, you know, Doom on. I don't know. I don't really have a catchphrase. I'll catch you later.